Hello there, good morning everybody. How are you today? You've got new fabrics. Wasn't expecting them quite just yet, but they arrived yesterday, so there we go, early. Morning to, who we've got? Julia, Lisa, Shelley, hello, and Kate and Lavinia and Daryl. And Margaret and Anne and Janet and Christine and Sue. And that's on YouTube. Hi Laura on Facebook and Jilly first in there. Hi Jan. And Jean and Simon. Trisha, hello. Oh, my new farcical. Is that my new fabric? Beverly's ordered my new farcical. Don't you love spell check? Morning, Julie. And Julianne and Leslie and Martin. Martian, sorry. Sue, Angela, hello to you. Angela's in Southern Ireland. Sharon's in a very wet Melbourne, Australia. It's lovely here. Lovely, not too hot, nice and sunny. Hi Linda, hi Diane, morning everybody. Rachel, hello. Dull in Devon, oh Mandy, what a shame. Yeah, sun, lovely, rain, great big garden, dull, it's just... Rosina's in Barnstable, probably feeling the same as you, Mandy. Hi Cherry. Hello, Bobby for the first time, welcome along. We don't have Elisa today on YouTube because she's babysitting the granddaughters again. Hello Elizabeth, Ontario. Love starting my day with everyone. So do I, Elizabeth. It's a nice place to be on a Saturday morning, isn't it? Oh Denise, I hope you get better soon. One eye on me and one eye on WhatsApp son doing a parachute jump. Oh, do you know, I always wanted to do a parachute jump and came very close a couple of times, and then I saw a documentary of something or other, and it showed you the view from the aeroplane as the parachutists were jumping out, and I just thought I could never do it. I'd be the one hanging onto the side of the plane and not letting go. Oh, thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much. Do you know, it's Sheila's just voted for me in the British Sewing Awards. It's such an honour to be nominated. The Most Inspiring Sewing Personality, I have actually won for the last 4 years on the trot, so maybe it's time for somebody else. But it's like the first time you get a book published, the first time you have a fabric range. It's just amazing every time, so thank you so much for that. It's so exciting. Oh no! Oh, Sandra, I hope you're going to get better soon. Sandra's had a heart attack. She's in hospital, so wishing her all the best. So you get better soon. Hello, Miriam from Australia. Christine's going to catch up later. So we're going to make a little fold-over gift bag. It'll be a slightly bigger size than this one. And it just fastens with a tie at the front. It's ever so easy. I just thought it was something a little bit different with my new fabrics, which I'm going to show you in just a second. Not sunny in Elgin apparently. Maggie, if you if you go to Sew Mag, just put Sew Mag in, it should come up British Sewing Awards. I did actually put a message on YouTube. If you were subscribing, you might have got that there. But it's sponsored by Sew Magazine and it's the British Sewing Awards. You don't have to vote for everybody. You can skip through the different sections if you wanted to. But I'm up for Most Inspiring Sewing Personality, Best Social Media Account. They change that every year because last year it was Social Media Star. I don't want that one. But they've changed it this year to Social Media Account. I don't know why. And then Half Yard Club is up for Best Online Workshop as well. And everyone at Half Yard headquarters is really excited about that one. Hello, Solar and Kissimmee in Florida. Maggie's on it. Thank you. You've no idea, honestly, how it makes you feel. Just to be nominated, it's amazing. Hello, Susan. Susie, thank you, Susie. Sheila. Right. Let me show you first of all the Christmas apron. Now I'm not going buy it. But I did have a look on the Craft Cotton website this morning and it's not there anymore, so I've got a feeling they haven't got any left. So if we do sell out, we probably can't get any more. We are expecting some fat quarters sometime. We haven't got them at the moment. They didn't turn up. And if you do miss out, we will be selling bundles on Create and Craft on the 14th of August. So they've already got all of their stock put to one side. But they tend to bundle together 1 metre pieces or ½ metre pieces, and they do big bundles of things. But we're selling them individually. So that's my apron panel with a recipe for gingerbread biscuits on it. and there's a pocket there that goes on the front look, and then you've got the neck straps and the waist tie. And then you will also need basic sewing equipment such as scissors, pins, sewing machine, needle and thread, and an iron. And there are making up instructions across here as well. And it's a proper recipe. Made it up and everything. There you go. You can copy that if you want. Made from all my kind of gingerbread. I love a gingerbread house, don't you? And those are all of my sketches. So there's the positioning as to where to put the pocket on the front. It's really, really simple. Oh, Lisa, I wasn't expecting you today. Did you get my dates wrong? To make it very, very simply, all you need to do is to cut it out and fold the edges over twice to hem. If you want to put a lining on it, then that would make it really nice and substantial. So I would do that personally, I think. So I'd sew the straps in place first, and then put a lining on. Make the lining maybe 1/2 inch or so shorter than the outside, and then it'll add a little bit of oomph to it. Make it feel a little bit more luxurious. It's sad we can't vote from US. No, it is a shame, particularly with the Half Yard Club. Sorry, who was that? Oh, you've gone, sorry. Because Half Yard Club is worldwide, so that would have been nice, but busy making Christmas. Stephanie, I want to see pictures when you've made them. It's like Autumn's Day in Northern Ireland. That's quite nice actually, isn't it? So this is the rest of the range. There's 5 fabrics in the range. It's all 100% cotton. It's lovely quality, as you would expect. So this one's houses. The whole range is called gingerbread biscuits. And yes, and don't forget, if you do want to order and you're a Half Yard Club member, you still get your 10% discount. So that one's called houses. And this one is recipes. And it's gingerbread coloured as well. And then this one is people, because we are very PC here. And baking is that one. And then the final one is mugs. Oh, Janet renewed a Half Yard Club membership for another year. Thank you, and well done. We've got lots coming up. Hi Nicola, Michaela, hello to you. Sorry if I've missed anybody. How do we get the code? What code? Oh, if you have a look up a little bit, Lisa's put the code WELCOME and in capital letters. So that's the code if you want your free month for joining the Half Yard Club. And if you mean the code for the discount, if you have a look under, is it in my blog on the Half Yard Club website? You'll find it in there. It's either in my blog or about me. Thank you, Valerie. Oh, I hate it when you're ill. Hi, Leslie. Starting work on our first Half Yard Club project today, the weekend bag. Well done, Mare. Remember to put pictures on the website when you've made them. Thank you, Gina. The blog tab, yes, thank you. If you have a look under the blog tab, then you'll find the discount code there. So buy the 1/2 metre, so you can order 1/2 metre or 10 metres if you wanted to, and 112 centimetres wide and 100% cotton. So that's my new stuff. We've got a new page on the website, which is all Christmas, which I'm going to show you because it only went up. I think Kim did it last night. Where are we? There we go. So if I just do that and then do this, you'll see that. So that's the website when you first go to it. That's debbieshawsewing.com. And over here, look, we've got Christmas shop. So click on there and you will see, this is what I'm using today. We've got some new pom-pom trim. This one goes perfectly with the gingerbread range. But then we've got fat quarters. That's all my fabrics. We've got some advent calendar panels. Freddie and Friends has been really busy. Those went on this morning. Plain polar fleece. We've got some really nice fleeces, but you may want some of those for the next Half Yard Club project. What else have we got? Oh, the Grinch, we've got Grinches on there as well, and some beautiful art gallery fabrics. I'll take you through those in just a second. So again, when you go to the website, just pop up here to Christmas shop, and you'll be able to see all of the new fabrics that I'm going to show you in just a second. We didn't have a storm, Jenny. We were absolutely fine yesterday. I don't even think it. Oh no, we had a little bit of misty rain, and that was it. So no, I was quite lucky. Mind, it's not enough to water the garden properly, and our lawn's dead. I don't know about you. Hello, Vanessa in Guaya. Is that in South America? Welcome along. You're a mean one, Mr. Gunn. We watch that every year. One of Kim's favourites. Sharon's on a fabric ban for a month. Well, which month are you banned from? Because it's the 31st next Sunday, isn't it? So you've only got a week. Just have a ban for July, the month of July, and then that's only a week, isn't it? You can get away with that. How much lining do we need for the apron? I don't know. Right, let me have a look. I'll measure it for you. So it is 73 centimetres wide and, oh, bear with me one moment. 90, is that 90? And 90 centimetres long and 73 wide. So you'd need to order a metre. A metre of fabric would be absolutely fine for that. Be really nice then, wouldn't it? Lisa's Sewing Studio's gone. You need a shed, or move into the neighbours. They won't mind. Right. Let me show you the rest of these. We'll have a whiz through really quickly because we can get on with some sewing then. So these are the art gallery fabrics. Art gallery, you just know when you touch them what beautiful quality you've got. And this is, I think this is a collection. There we go. Love this one. Classic Santa trees and fireplaces. Oh, health and safety. But we used to have candles on the Christmas tree when I was younger. Like health and safety. And they were like round things, and you stuck a candle in and they had a clip on them and you just clipped them. But proper candles with flames and everything. I'm amazed we didn't go up. Again, all great idea. The guy next door snores. I could kick him out and squat in his house. Good idea. These are all art gallery fabrics, and they just go so well together. They're gorgeous and really, really lovely product. Look, candles in trees. Not encouraging that at all. Elf and safety. Yeah, Martian says the same. So those are the art galleries. And then we've got some fun ones here as well. This is Freddie and Friends. And there's two in that collection. So this is Freddie and Friends as well. Again, have a look on the Christmas shop and you'll see all the prices and all of the names of them and all that kind of thing. That's Freddie. And then the Grinch. So this is all labels about Grinchmas. Merry Grinchmas. Grinch delivery. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. There you go, Lisa. And then there's one with the baubles as well. Again, from a collection, so they're all the same colour, so they'll match up really, really well. Sat on a ferry on the Isle of Wight, Alana. Never been over there. How's your weather? Sorry, I'm missing loads of your comments, aren't I? Tea and fabric is more appealing. Oh, Alana's bought the fabric this morning. Thank you. Yes, Akaya. Maddie is looking very cute in her outfit, which is next month's half yard main project. So she's got the rabbit outfit, and I'm going to make a teddy bear one for Robin, which is why I was suggesting the fleece. So we have a light blue, we've got a denim blue, which is brand new, and I'm going to be using the honey for the teddy bear. What else have we got? Lilac, I think. There's quite a few different colours there. That's the new one anyway. That's the denim blue. As humans need to treat ourselves more often. I think it's a necessity every day, why not? Right, let's have a whiz down. Trish is watching in the hairdressers. The pentatonics. What's that? Pentatonics. What's a pentatonics? Hello, Dominica. Today, Maria, I am making a little fold-over bag with some of my knit Christmas fabric. I'll be perfectly honest, it's because I need some samples for when I go to Create and Craft. So I thought I may as well do some prep work while we're here. Oh, that's the way it is. Right, so that's that one. And then just really quickly, and we'll get on with some sewing. I can never pronounce this one, Hija. I always think it's Higgy. Kim corrects me. I'm sure it's Hija. It's that. Scandinavian, isn't it? So that's your Christmas Advent panel. Again, you've got all your instructions for making it up and everything else that you're going to need for it as well. And then we have another Advent panel, which is this one. What's that one called? Hasn't got a name, that one. We'll just call it Merry Christmas. It'll be on the website anyway. So again, all you need to do is to cut out your pocket pieces and place them over the top. Really, really simple. I would put some firm fleece behind these. I've used HS14, I've used wadding, but sometimes they can be a little bit floppy, but that firm fleece would go really well. You'd only need 1/2 metre of it, and it'll keep it nice and firm, so it keeps its shape when you're putting heavy things in there. Thank you, Dominica. Oh, have we got Kim? Oh, Hija. Hija. Well, it's spelled Higgy, isn't it? Hija. Thank you. That will be forgotten in 5 minutes. You know it will. Never get that one right. Okay, so that's all new fabrics. Again, have a look under in the Christmas shop. Have a look around all of them. Have a look in the sales stuff, but all of the new Christmas fabrics are under the Christmas shop. All right, there's a nice idea for Christmas, and it's, you know, I'm making no apologies for making Christmas things now, because if you've got a lot of presents to give, isn't it nice to give the gift wrap as part of the present, and that can then be used for anything else, for storage or keeping your hair bits and bobs in and that kind of thing, or it could be re-gifted back next year, so it kind of gets passed around. I'd love to see that happen. You know, just gift bags just going around and around friends and family, so you keep getting them back again. With this one as well, because it's got the ribbon on the front, you could tie your gift tag through that as well. You could make those actually out of fabric. But I think what is quite nice, I couldn't find any this morning, some of those brown card gift tags or labels, I think they are, but just something like that with some nice handwriting on, I think would be really nice. So this one's going to be bigger because I thought we'd do some different sizes. So the fabrics for this one, when they're joined together, it actually measures 14 inches by 10 inches across. This one's going to be bigger. So I'm going to be using, this lovely Christmas fabric that's just come in today. So this time I'm going to use the people on the top. Like so. So excuse me if I wobble a little bit. I'm going to just zoom out a bit. A little bit close there. There, that's better. So these pieces measure that doesn't look straight. I shall trim that down to make it square in just a second. 8.5 inches at the top, 9.5 inches at the bottom. This, no way does it have to be set in stone. You know, if you're half an inch out or an inch out, or you want to make a teeny tiny one, it really doesn't matter. And across this way is 14 inches for this one. I'm just going to find my cutting mat. It's a huge pink thing, so how I can lose it I don't know. But I've lost it. I'll trim it down with scissors then. How can I lose that? It's huge. Oh well. So I'm just going to trim this straight because that didn't look very straight across the top to me. So scissors. Oh, I've got my little one. I can use this one. I do like to cut a straight line with a rotary cutter, ruler and mat. I don't know about you. And there's that. I've been tidying up in my room because I can't see any rulers either. How odd. I've got a little one that'll have to do. There, just to make that square. So that's that was 8.5 inches there now. So let us, oh, and then I've got some green fabric which goes really well with it. This is the bright green poplin that we've got on the website. That's back in stock. Thank you, Amanda. But it really goes well with the green in here. So that's what I'm going to make the lining out of. So the first thing we're going to do is to sew these two pieces right sides together. So I'm still looking, I've got no rulers, I've got no mat. And they're always knocking around somewhere. Not to worry. We're going to sew the bottom piece to the top piece right sides together. And I'm going to use some H630 this time because I want the bag to be quite soft. So I'm not going to use an interfacing that's too firm because otherwise you'll find when you fold it over it'll just want to bounce back up again. So let's put this to this. If you have a directional fabric, make sure it's the right way around. These aren't, so it doesn't really matter. So we're just going to go right sides together and sew across the seam down here. Like so. And I'm just using the edge of my foot as a seam allowance. So it's slightly over 1/4 inch. Again, that doesn't have to be exact as long as you're consistent because we want to match the seams on this when we sew the two sides together. So then we'll do the same with this piece. So that there, and sew straight across here. There we go. It was 14 inches wide, Joyce. 8.5 at the top, 9.5 at the bottom, 14 inches wide. It wouldn't make any difference if it's 8 at the top, 9 at the bottom, 9 at the top, 10 at the bottom. Really doesn't matter. But that's what this one measures. Okay, then let's get the ironing pad. I'm going to have a big one for this one. And turn the iron on. I'll always use the darker colour at the bottom if I've got a light and a dark. I just think it looks more balanced. So that's how I would do it with the darker at the bottom. I just think it looks a little bit top heavy if you put a dark fabric at the top. And it's also quite nice if you have not exactly the same size of fabric. This one's going to have a fold over top. So not so important there, but if I was making a gift bag and that seam was straight across the centre, I don't think that looks as nice as if it's maybe 2/3 to the top or 2/3 to the bottom. I think it's more pleasing on the eye when things are asymmetrical. So let's just press this. I'm only pressing the seam to one side. I'm not fussed about pressing it open or anything. Thank you, Jane. Right. And then I'm also going to put some H630 on the back of it. There we go. And I haven't got enough there, have I? Oh, not quite enough. Should have some more in here. Excuse my back for a second. Normally with H630 and H640, a good old spray of steam will help the adhesion, but I don't think I've got any water in here. It'll still work. I do, as that capsicums. I do use this iron when I'm down here all the time. It's just really handy because it's there, my pad's here, I don't have to stand up, I don't have to walk away, I don't have to get the ironing board out, I don't need a dedicated area. So they really are very useful to use. Fleece for the ones, I can't remember, Anne. Oh, yes I do, 1/2 metre. 1/2 metre of fleece is fine. The fleece on the website is, I think it's 150 wide, it's quite a wide one. Put it down, but yes, 1/2 metre of that will be absolutely fine. And then I used a little bit of contrast fabric inside the ears. I'll do that on the teddy as well. And the zip, I think, is a 9-inch zip if I remember rightly. For lining, but Anne-Marie, I just like to use cotton. I'm not a fan of like proper lining fabric, the shiny stuff personally, so I just find a nice contrasting cotton to line a bag with. Use banqueting roll is wide and quite. That's a good idea, Leslie. Oh, Claire, I don't know about the slim, but thank you. That's a lovely compliment. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Oh, let me know what you're going to make with it. Stephanie's just ordered the Christmas fabric. I have to make a Christmas stocking because that's just what you do with Christmas fabric, isn't it? And one of my girls is making a little girl's dress for me because she's an amazing dressmaker, and all of the little girls' dresses that you see made out of my different fabrics come from Anne, and she's really good. So I can't wait to see what happens there. She should have only got a fabric this morning. It's all come around a little bit soon, so I wasn't expecting this to be delivered just yet, so I haven't really got many samples left, so I thought we'd got a bob. Right, so that's one side. All we're going to do is exactly the same with the opposite side. Hello, Maria Melbourne. Anita's addicted to making little boxes with the turned over corners. What, one of these ones? They're so simple to make, those ones. I've got loads of them. All the different ones I've made on YouTube, and they're all dotted around, but I used all of them. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I'm glad you like it. Right, so just the same with the other one, so ditto. So, and again, this is H630, so it's nice and soft. It needs something. It needs something to help it stand up, otherwise you just have floppy fabric. Even a G700 would work well, but H630 I think is perfect. Or you could use a thermal lining and have it as a Christmas lunchbox, or lunch bag, I should say. Okay, let's do that and that. Just ironing, if you just joined us, just doing a bit of ironing. Hello, Anita. You just saw it, making a gift bag today, purely because it's Christmas fabric. We decided not to decorate the set and go all out Christmas because everyone's been doing Christmas this month, and you must be sick of it. But I can't not show you all the new fabrics that have come in. Somebody's got a new sewing machine. Locked out of sewing shack at the moment as tiling the floors. Oh, Kate, and thank you, Katie in the Cotswolds. Hello, Parisa. Yes, I'm very good, thank you. How are you? A clutch bag with faux leather bottom fabric and magnetic clasp. Oh, that's a nice idea. That's a nice idea. By the way, we do have more of the faux leathers on order. I was asked about navy yesterday. I wasn't sure when it was coming back, but it should be early next week. And the tan. I'm not sure if we're out of stock of the tan, but I know we've got more of that on order as well. Right. Janet, that'll be sufficient. If you've got any messages about your orders, it's actually Tyler that normally picks them up. When you go to checkout on the website, this is on the Debbie Shaw Sewing website, there's a box underneath where you put your address and all that kind of thing. There's a box at the bottom that says additional comments, additional information, something like that. I can't remember. If you fill in that box with comments, if you need anything, if you want a book signing or anything like that, then that's picked up on the packing slip. So that's the perfect place to leave them. You don't need to email as well. Oh, thank you, Anita. Best $5.99 ever, she says, for joining the Half Yard Club. Thank you. It is such good value for money. You consider that onesie, if you were to buy a pattern for that, would probably cost you £5.99. So you get that for £5.99, but then you also get the pattern for the doll, because Maddie hasn't come down yet, and how to get the pattern for Robin, who's going to have the other outfit. And then on top of that, you'll have an extra 48 projects for £5.99. That's your first £5.99, that's everything that you're going to get. It is pretty good value, isn't it? And seeing the mouse, I don't even know where it is. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Right, that's that. You can, Leslie, put H640 on the back of the faux leather. If it's the faux leather that you're buying from us, yes. You will need to iron from the fleece side, because obviously you don't... Oh, thank you. I've no... my ruler, my cutting mat, everything's just disappearing.
Anything else?
Thank you. No, only got me water as well.
Water.
Thank you. No, that's it now.
Just let me know.
A bit of toast in a bit might be nice. Isn't it nice? I've got a good one. Yeah, I don't know what... That's what I was looking for earlier. And some water for the iron, but I've got the iron on now, so I'll do that later. Very thoughtful. Oh yes, faux leather. So iron from the... Not from the top side, you'll melt it, iron from the fleece side. And do that with the iron. Don't push it, because the fleece is polyester. I mean, you can glide over it, but don't push it, because you will find that it melts if it gets too hot. You can steam, but be aware that your faux leather is water resistant, so you might get the steam coming back up again. So just a light steam. But yes, you can use that. Hello, Fof. Is that Fofi? I'm bound to have got that wrong, from Saudi. The next block of the month will look like Amanda. It is amazing. It's huge. Oh, the block. Do you mean the next month for the block of the month for this year? Because I've just had the top through for the block of the month for next year. But I'm not showing you that. Way too far ahead. Where are we? Okay, got time. So I'm going to sew across both sides, just because it looks nice. And if you're using any kind of wadding that isn't fusible, then this helps sew it in place. Or if you've got a little bit of time, no reason why you couldn't quilt this. But I just think a bit of top stitching adds a little bit of, I don't know, a professionalism, if you like. It looks nice, but it does help to hold the seam down. Faux suede, Susan. I shall ask my daughter. I never thought about doing faux suede before. I like faux suede. I like faux suede for a bag. In fact, daughter's watching, isn't she? She might not be now, but if you are, Kim, keep your eyes peeled. Isn't that a silly thing to say? Where does that come from? Keep your eyes peeled. It's horrible. Where? Why do we say that? We do come up with some funny things, don't we? I do. Hoping during the half-yard club with a bit of an issue at the moment. Me, I expect. Julie, if you have any problems joining, email the girls. It's info@halfyardsewingclub.com, and you'll have either Sophie, Claire or Caroline get back to you. Caroline's really good. She's normally working over the weekends as well, but they'll get back to you on Monday. So if you've got any issues, they are very helpful. Very nice ladies. But yeah, they'll be able to sort you out. In Swedish, when someone's something stolen, they say that they put rhubarb. Why? Why put rhubarb on it? What a strange thing to say. Okay. H630 is it's a wadding. It's a fusible fleece. Waddings, interfacing, stabilizers, fleeces. I think they all kind of come under the same umbrella. But it is a there you go. It's just a polyester fleece. It's not very thick. That needs ironing down again. There's a bit of water in there. So it's about 1/8 of an inch in thickness, but it just gives a nice bit of squidgeability. It's soft enough to sew through without changing needles or feet or anything like that. But it's just not too stiff, and it's nice to quilt as well, because you do get a little bit of depth when you're quilting with it. So that's H630. H640 is slightly thicker. That's about 1/4 of an inch thick, but does exactly the same job, but it's a little bit firmer. Now, an odd thing to say. I'd say they were the same thing, Carol. They just come under the same umbrella as things to firm your fabric with a little bit. Right, a little bit of ribbon. So I've got 2 pieces of ribbon, and now to gauge where these are going to go, you just put those right sides together, because if you're making these in different sizes, this is how I do it. So my bag is going to have a square base, so that's going to end up a little bit shorter. Excuse me. And then this is going to fold over the top. Now I'm kind of thinking you could do that, it makes the bag bigger. I'd like to fold it over so it just crosses over the seam. This one's a taller, thinner one. Let me open this up and show you, because I used a different amount of fabric here. I used more of the fabric on the top than I did on the bottom, so we've just got a border around the bottom. So I think that was quite nice just to fold over the top like so and tie in a bow like that. This one, again, that's going to be square there. I don't want it to be right on that seam. I think if I fold over too short at the top, it's going to look a little bit odd and that'll lift up. So I think just overlapping is going to be quite nice. So let's measure where the centre of this is. So I need 7 inches, which is here. So that's on, I need a new pen. Don't worry, Gary, I'll be fine. So that's going to be where the ribbon goes on the front, and then the second piece of ribbon is going on the top of the back. So again, let's just measure that. There. I can see it. So one piece of ribbon facing downwards on the back, and I'm just going to sew across the top there to hold it in place. Oops. And then the second piece is going to go over this mark here. Now what I like to do is to fold the end of the ribbon under, and I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on there just to hold it in place. Changed the ink on my printer this morning, and I've got it on my fingers. So excuse the blue ink. It's not because I haven't washed it, it's because I think I'm going to be permanently stained. So, and a little bit of glue on there. Oh, that's rather a lot. Never mind. And that's going to go over the mark, let's say here. So I folded the end under to keep it neat, and I'm also going to sew around this in a little box shape to make it strong as well, but that'll make sure that the end of the ribbon that would fray is going to be hidden. So it just gives a neat finish. And let's use a smaller stitch on that. I'm on 2.2. And again, just sew in a little box just to cover up the end of the ribbon. Like so. And then we'll snip off the extra thread there. Right, now I need to cut 2 pieces of lining to the same size. And I've just spied a cutting mat, so have a look at that beautiful fabric while I just disappear over to the other side of the studio and get a little mat. It's not my big pink one, but it's better than nothing. There we go. So I'll need 2 pieces of lining. Again, this is the green poplin. This is on the, I think this is on the Christmas page actually. If you wanted a fabric to match, it just picks up on the green of the gingerbread people really nicely. Okay, that'll do. And I'm just cutting that to the same shape. So let's whiz across there. Like so, and across the bottom. And I would cut it out at this point rather than when I'm cutting out all of the fabrics initially, because depending on how big that seam allowance is, you may get a little bit of difference in the size of your panel. So by cutting the lining out at this point, we know that it's going to be a perfect fit. That was going so well. That happened there, look. Okay, so I want another piece that size. Those go to Fee. This is why when I'm sewing in my studio at home, I have a cutting mat. Well, I've got two joined together that are 36 inches. So I've got lots of room to actually cut these out on. Right, so do that and that. And cut that to the same size. Be careful that I'm not cutting that ribbon off. Okay, just need to square that end off a little. Oh no, that's fine. Right, so this is the easy bit. This is something that you might have seen 100 times before. Hello, Princess Cheese in America. I'm glad you like the fabric, Colette. It's mine, it's my design. We're making a fold over top little bag, but different in proportions to that one. Right, so we'll take one lining, one outer, make sure the ribbon's out of the way, and sew straight across the top of both pieces to join those together. So just sew across there. There we go. Oh, still looking for white fur, Laura. Have a look on Amazon. I'm sure that you'll have to buy it by the half metre, but I'm sure you can buy it on there. We're having problems actually finding enough stock. So we'll keep looking, but at the moment, no. Why wasn't Debbie a choice in every category? Well, so I'm just doing the same with this piece now. Best online Scottish store, every category. Why, best sewing machine, I could do that. I tell you what was funny. Last year, I was actually nominated for best shopping channel. So you had, at the time, Create and Craft, Hochanda, QVC and me. And I actually had a call from the organiser saying, "You're not a shopping channel, are you?" I'm not a shopping channel. So we better take off the nomination then. But I just thought that would have been quite funny. And I have been nominated before for best male personality. That would have been a funny one to win, wouldn't it? Anyway. Okay, so this and this I have now. And these are going to go right sides together. So line up the seams. This time I am going to pin this. So lining up the seams at the edges here. Pop a pin in there. And I want the side seams here to line up as well. If they don't, I mean, look at perfect. If they don't, you can always ease them a little bit. There's always a little bit of give in the fabric, so you can just pull it into place and make it fit. And if it still doesn't, put some pom-pom trim around it. Which isn't, by the way, why I put pom-pom trim around here. I just thought it looked nice. And I don't think I'll do it on this one, because the flap's going, let's have a look, we'll see. But this one, I glued it on. Because I'm kind of thinking, I mean, the glue's permanent anyway, it's the HT2 glue. This isn't going to go in the wash. It'll be spot cleaned if it needs to be. So I don't mind gluing things on like that. But if you want to sew that on, that would be absolutely fine as well. Right, let's match these two seams up here. Hello, Deborah. You can always watch back later, don't worry that you're late. Jan's going to be making some of these this afternoon. Just thought it made a change from a drawstring bag, and they are actually going to be quite large. Well, this one is. Right, and then we're going to sew all the way around My seam allowance is a little bit bigger here, but it doesn't matter at all. Right, that goes there, you go there, and also will I be doing a video of this later? I certainly can do. It won't probably go on until tomorrow, because I'm going to be filming the teddy bear version of the onesie for Robin today, which is going to take me all day and probably half of the morning. Just make sure the ribbon's out of the way when you're doing this. So I can film something today, but by the time I've edited it and uploaded it, it'll probably be tomorrow before it goes on. But yes, I could certainly do that for you. Any excuse to use my fabric, which I don't want to get in my coffee. There we are. So again, just matching up edges. I don't tend to pin all the way around. I find it just as easy to just line up the edges as I go. You may find when you're sewing through thicker fabrics or fleece or wadding or anything like that, it seems as though your machine's slowing down or your stitches are getting smaller. It's just the friction. So you may want to increase your stitch length, maybe to a 2.4 or 2.6, just over the fleecy bits. Am I doing a sew along? It's the Half Yard Club sew along next week, isn't it? So yes, I will. Don't ask me what we're sewing because I don't know yet. I'll try and get something done early this time. I'll have a think about it this weekend. Unless, oh no, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I had a request a while ago for, you know, the little needle books with the felt pages. I was asked to make a needle book with felt pages, and I thought, how can we make it a little bit different? So we're going to have pockets on the inside of it as well. So on the inside of like the outside, on the inside of the outside. Sometimes words come out of your mouth that your brain hasn't told it to. It's just strange things happen. On the inside, I suppose it is the inside of the outside, isn't it? It's going to have pockets on it anyway. So that's what we're doing. I shall try and make it up tomorrow. Might even use my Christmas fabric. So yes, thank you for reminding me, because time goes so quickly, I forget. Here in Glasgow with my daughter on holiday, celebrate my birthday. Oh, Mary Bennett's birthday today. I'm not going to sing. Happy birthday, Mary. Have a lovely day. Thank you for joining us on your birthday. Leaving a turning up in one side. Oh, lovely. Right, so just turning up of about 4 or 5 inches or so. Does it feel really good when you're sewing somebody's fabric that you've designed? Angela, it's yes. And it's a little bit, well, it's just like when you write a book, as in you come up with the design and then a year later you get to see it, and you kind of not forgotten that you'd done it, but when it does eventually arrive, it's just like it's really, really exciting. Do you know the sewing machine fabric that I did, the birds and bobbins? Did you see that one? I haven't got any here. I did, because I do watercolours, and then like the fabric, I didn't even colour these in. This fabric, I just sketched outlines. So like with these ones, I just sent over the actual outline, so just a pencil drawing basically of all of the different houses and lollipops and everything. And then just said what kind of colours I wanted everything to be. So I just drew an outline, which isn't really something that I normally do. So that was quite interesting. But the birds and bobbins ones, I drew outlines of my collection of sewing machines. And when the fabric came out a year later, gosh, do excuse me, I loved it. It's one of my favourite ranges. But when it got here, I said to Kim, I didn't draw those. My drawings aren't that good. And when I went back through my sketches, they were. But yeah, it's such a long time until you actually see it. It makes it even more exciting. So yes, to actually use fabric that I've designed, it's yeah, makes you very proud. Yes, so the fleece is quite stretchy. Well, fleeces are, they're knitted. Actually, not too bad. It's stretchy in one direction and not in the other, as you'd expect. It's incredibly soft. So yes, for teddy bears would be wonderful. We do have, if you wanted a traditional teddy bear colour, the honey beige is the golden brown one, or we've got a mushroom, which is more of a grey brown colour. Or there's lots of colours if you wanted a coloured teddy bear as well. I sew along for something to store. Sewing machine needles. Jules, I was thinking that with the needle holder, but it wouldn't be for very many. But yeah, storage for sewing machine needles would be ideal. Have a think about that one. Julie Jones says happy birthday. My paintings on the wall. Oh, those are the sketches. No, they're not. Those are photographs of my sewing machines which have been digitised. That's when I worked with Sewing Quarter a few years ago, and they made a panel out of them. So they're literally, that's not my work. That's photographs that have been made to look as though they're sketches. I could have so taken the credit for that, couldn't I? Oh yes, they're my sketches. Thank you, Peggy Sue. Irene's only gone and done it again. No worries. I still haven't had time to go through your orders and put them all on there. So I'll try and get that done this week. And I'm sorry I've been so busy. But don't worry about that. It won't take very long to do. Mummy's mean doesn't let her touch them. Oh, I did a turning gap in the side, Linda. I was talking as I did it. Right, let's open this up and make the base square. So I don't know, they seem perfect there, but I don't really care. So I'm matching up the seams with the seam allowances facing in opposite directions. You can stick a pin in there if you wish. And because this is quite a big bag, I'm going to make it quite a big base. So I'm putting the straight of my ruler along the seam, and I'm measuring 2 inches from the end. And then draw straight across, but not with that pen because it doesn't work, so we'll use that one. Which also doesn't. What is it with pens and me today? Have I got something to scribble on? Let's scribble on that. There we go. That's better. And then we're going to sew straight across the corner. So I've measured 2 inches from the end of the stitches, not the end of the fabric. And we'll need to do this in all 4 corners. That's a good idea, Amanda. She says about putting pins either side of the gap before you sew the seam to make sure you get the turning gap there. So again, squishing those seams in opposite directions. Pin. 2 inches from the end. So this will actually make the bag quite narrow but with a wide base, so that is basically going to be the size of the base. So it's quite big, which is good. Get lots of presents in there then. Thank you, Gina. Yes, that was Kim's idea. We always like to put thank you notes in with anything you order, just to say thank you. But she thought it was a nice idea, being into her restitching and recycling and refashioning and repurposing and all that kind of thing, that you don't throw them away. So she put a needle size guide chart on the back of it, so it's not just a thank you, it's something useful for you as well. And we'll be updating those and changing them every now and again, so you get different information. I'm glad you like it. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you for voting. Oh, it's quite humbling, you know. It's just, but being nominated is amazing. Winning is just fantastic. So yes, thank you for your votes. You never know. Crushed velvet, making clutch bags for Christmas. No plans at the moment, Jackie. We've got some velvets coming up, but they're not crushed. I didn't measure that. Thank you, Stitching Time. You're a lovely lot. So again, just 2 inches from the end. Any more? Have we sold out of beach hut panels again? Yes, they are on order. There will be some on Create and Craft next Sunday on the 31st. So, you know, when I do the Seamless Sunday, the 6-hour sewing show, there will be beach huts there, but Create and Craft do them with the instructions. If you buy them from me, you just get the fabric. You don't get any instructions or fancy packaging or anything. But yes, we will try and well, we have got some more on order. I just don't know how long it's going to take. I can't believe those have gone again. No, Linda, we don't do 5/4 of fleeces, I'm afraid. It's all by the ½ metre. No, Sheila, you don't get a prize for winning. You get a certificate. And not even in a frame. You just, in fact, for the last couple of years, because of COVID and whatnot, they haven't even sent this certificate out. They send you a download. so you can print it off if you want to. I'm after Heart Failure Clinic. Oh, Julie. Yes, good luck. You'll be fine. You don't need luck. You'll be fine. No, and I don't have a sample of the lilac here, I'm afraid. I can send you a little bit if you like. Because it looks quite dark on the website. I'll double check that because it's not really dark. Right, so I'm just sewing across all of those lines. Could show you. And then pins come out. Oops. And that didn't cut for some reason. And then we chop off the corners. Like so, then we need to do the same on the outer pieces. Have we sold out of the sewing machine bundles? Sharon, I think we can get some more of the sewing machine bundles put together. Have you, you know when you go onto the actual item, if you click on the product that's sold out, there is a button, I think it says keep me informed, and when they come back in stock again you'll get an email, which is why whenever we sell out of the firm fleece, which happens a lot, whenever we sell out of the beach panels or the birdhouse panels, as soon as they go back into stock, they're gone again. And I've had a few emails from people complaining about that, but I can't help it, because as soon as the stock goes back in again, hundreds of people get an email saying it's back, it's back, it's back, it's back, it's back, and it just goes again. But if you press that button, at least you'll be one of those that gets the email to say it's back. So. Yeah, we should be able to do those. Amanda got beach shirts yesterday. She says she's very excited. Hello, Cynthia. Better late than never. I can always watch back later. Right. So let's turn this the right side out now. What? So just put all of that through. He's messing with my camera. Are you sending me light and dark?
Sending me lighter.
Sending me lighter. Right, so push out the corners of the base there.
A bit late in the day, but...
Yeah, we're nearly finished now.
Can you do that again?
So we have this. And then sew the opening closed. I wouldn't normally change the colour of the thread. Actually, a green thread, because I should change it to green to sew that closed, really, but I haven't got any. A green thread would look really nice for all the top stitching on the fabric as well. We've got a bright green. Would look jolly nice. Peggy's got a dang fly on her. A dang fly. I hope dang isn't swearing. Julie says on the back of the cards of the parcels we could do fabric and interfacings and fleece. Oh, she's laminated the needle one. That's a good idea. Right, let's push the lining inside. It's quite a big one, this one. So we've got that, and then that will need to be pressed with the seam right on the edge. That's nice and crisp. If your fabric doesn't crease well, then a little bit of best press or spray starch or just water will do the trick there. Right, let's pull those here. And again, I'm just pulling that so that the seam sits right on the top. And we'll go over the side while we're there as well. And then I'm going to top stitch all the way around the top. And so, you can hear the church clock striking. It's 12 o'clock. Connie got her half-yard winter collection book, did Fall in Love with the Snowman wreath. Would velvet fabric be good for the red large bow? Velvet would look lovely for the bow, yes, definitely. Oh, thank you. She's really happy with the book. Thank you, really appreciate that. While I'm here, I'm just going to press the base as well. So I'm just going to push that up and make it flat. So I've just pushed the seam on the inside. And I'm just going to iron that across the bottom. That's it for the iron, so I can unplug that before I forget. And that's just made a nice square base. And then I'm going to top stitch around the top, and then we're just about done. So I can lengthen the stitch again here, because it's only a top stitch, it's not a seam, it doesn't have to be strong. Shelley bought my Robins and Bobbins pack and doesn't want to use it. Or buy another one to use then. So, always a solution. And let's just sew all the way around. And that's going to help to keep the layers together, and it looks nice as well. I know I say that a lot, but I do like a little bit of top stitching. It gives a nice kind of shop bought look to whatever it is you're making. Sewing bias binding to a sleeve, found a polyper dress and just lost bobbin roulette by half. Oh, bobbin roulette. Oh, that's so annoying. I'll tell you what, my machine that I sew on down in the studio is the bobbin winder's broken on it. You know, it have like a little bit of wire sticking out, wire, a bit firmer than wire, sticking out the top as like a tension to keep the bobbin on there. It's come out, I don't know how, but I can't get any bobbins on it. So at the moment, I will buy a sidewinder. I know they're quite expensive, but not as expensive as getting my machine repaired. So at the moment, every time I need to wind a bobbin, I have to run down the bottom of the garden to here. Oh, hi Bob. I think we've got a Bob. Hi, sweetie. Hey, puppy. Oh, it might be a little bit hot outside. Bob, bobbin, Bob, 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 Bob. Hey. Aren't you talking? Oh well, she comes near and completely ignores me. I wonder if I can just do. There she is. There she is, hello. I know, silly baby talk for a dog, I know. Alright, so let's snip off these threads. Yvonne says hello. She's hot, look. Yvonne says hello. No, yeah, no response, Yvonne. No response. I can't get all those graphics off that camera, so apologies for that. Okay. So that's how we're looking. And then top folds over. I think I might crease that with the iron actually. It just folds over the top there, and then tie it in a bow. Amanda's dad made fun of me for baby talking to my cat. Can't help it. Can't help it. When they're your babies, you baby talk to them. And that's done. So you can see the different sizes of fabric as well. Oh, I might put the pom-pom trim on. Make different looks. This one's got a shorter bottom and it's taller and narrower. This one's wider. And let's have a look at this pom-pom trim, see if it's going to go. I've got the cream one this time. Whoa, come here. I think we will, you know. Yes, because when it's opened up, you'll still see that, won't you? So I think we will put that on. And again, I'm just going to glue it. It's quicker and it's easier. And I'm starting in the middle at the back because you're not really going to take much notice of that. And I'm just going to glue straight along that seam, just around the corner, and pop that on there. And this glue actually dries quite quickly, so you've got a little bit of manoeuvrability time, but you don't have to wait an age. Don't use this glue on this if you're going to sew through it though. If you're sewing, you need to have done that before the bag's put together, unless you hand sew. You could hand sew it at this point, but I have no problem with a little bit of glue, because like I said before, I don't know if it would go through a wash. I have a feeling it would do without coming off, but I wouldn't wash this anyway. I'd spot clean. So glue's fine. So I'm concentrating now, look, so I'm not talking. Right, there you go there. Just press that down. So I've still got time to move it a little bit if I'm not quite square. And I'm not looking overhead at this, so I'm hoping that's kind of worked okay. And round to the back. Jane uses a toothpaste squeezer for the glittering. That's a good idea. And then we're back to the beginning. That and scissors. Let's just snip the end of that off. Right there. I don't know if you've used pom-pom trim before. I love it. And I think it's particularly snowbally in these kind of colours. If you wanted those to be a little bit thicker, then place another strip over the top and kind of put the pom-poms in between the pom-poms. So if you think those are looking a little bit sparse, then just double up on them. That's quite easy to do as well. Bernadette's got a telephone voice for the cat and the dog. We cover up wonky stitches. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great wonky stitch cover-upper. I wonder if that would look good. Actually, yes, let's do that. I'm thinking of things without saying what I'm doing and talking to myself as well. These things happen. So I've changed my mind and I'm going to have the flap closing just above the pom-poms so you can see them. See, things evolve, don't they, as you're making them. So I'll give that another press. I've switched my iron off at the moment, but I'm going to press that so that those sides are nice and crisp. And I'm going to press across the top there as well so that it kind of makes a hinge on there. So I'm quite pleased with that. But it's a decent sized bag. So if you're giving that as a gift bag, that could easily be used afterwards to store, I don't know, your makeup, your sewing bits and bobs. And gingerbread men aren't just for Christmas. Gingerbread people aren't just for Christmas. So there's no reason why I couldn't use this all year round, because it's baking basically, isn't it? So that's those. So yes, I will do a dedicated YouTube video, which will probably go up tomorrow. Not quite straight there. So without all the chat, and I'll make a different size there as well. So I'll give you the measurements for those two on the video, and I'll make a different size as well. Maybe a smaller one still. So you've kind of got a matching set of different sizes. That's all right, Amanda. Glad you like it. Oh, monogram. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So a name or a piece of applique. I'm going to make a quilt actually, which I'll put on the website with a big gingerbread house applique right in the middle of it. That's the plan. It might not happen, but that's what the plan is. Thank you, Helen. I'm glad you like. Oh, a hairdryer and travel pouch. Yes, Elizabeth. Yes, perfect for a hairdryer. Great idea. You're all good. Make the gingerbread apron and put it in the bag. Oh, Lisa, that is a lovely idea. So we've got the gingerbread apron panel, I'm assuming, which I've just dropped on the floor. So that is a brilliant idea. If you get the fabric, get the panel. So that's the apron panel, and then on the front of the apron you have the ingredients to make the gingerbread people. or gingerbread biscuits anyway, don't have to be people. So then you could buy all of the ingredients and put them in the bag with the apron, and that could be a Christmas gift. I think that is an amazing idea. So you've still got it, Lisa. Floor bin. I've got a bin. I have a bin. Look. It's not the floor. It is a bin with all my bits in. Half of it goes on the floor, to be honest. I'm glad you like it, Jill. Jane's going to be making some when I get my fabric. Made a few last year. My friends loved them. I've not actually made one that style before, to be honest. That was my first one this morning, and I think I'm kind of hooked on it. I think they look really nice. Okay, then I'm going to pop off. Now, I shall see you again on Wednesday at 4 o'clock. On Wednesday, we are going to be doing clamshell and apple core English paper piecing techniques. So I'm not making a full project out of them because we'll be here all day. But we'll do the techniques for those. The bin for sure. I showed you in the bin, Amanda. There's stuff in the bin. Wednesday, I may be a little late, but I shall let you know because I've got a meeting with my publishers. They're coming up here for a tour of my studio. But I should be okay for 4 o'clock. I think they should have been gone by then. But if not, I shall let you know, but it may be a little bit late. And then there's next Saturday here again. Next Sunday, remember the 31st, is the Seamless Sunday on Create and Craft, the 6-hour sewing show. Which I'm really looking forward to, but I'm a little bit nervous as well. I haven't presented on TV for such a long time, and then I've got a 6-hour show. Or no, a little bit of a marathon. Okay, so let me just do this. We'll say goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of the sunshine if you've got any. If they come for a studio fucking no, it's got to look like a working studio, Lisa. What time is the show? 7 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock on Sunday morning on Create and Craft. I will post nearer the time. I do have a dedicated ditty for it as well, which I'm going to read you on Wednesday. I will be, because I'd like you to send some questions in. I'll post this as well because I know a lot of you will have gone by now. I have Sarah Payne, Stephanie Waitman, Alistair, don't know his surname, from House of Alistair, Gary, don't know his surname, from Dukey, and Karen from Seams Hand Care. So those are my guests. And Martin Parker is going to be my roving reporter, the Green Room host. And I'd like to send in some questions for them so we can do little interviews with them. But if you can think of anything funny to ask them, you know, like with Alistair, how did he learn to do his makeup? Anything like that, then send them in and we'll compile a list of questions to ask our guests. Can be sewing related, ask them about their careers, how they got going. Maybe you didn't realise Stephanie Waitman was a very good sewer, actually. Or what Sarah Payne did before she started sewing, or where did Alice, anything like that, you know, just come and ask them. And no, Leslie never found it. Oh, I didn't find the ditty book, but I'll tell you what we did find. My car key. Yeah. Tyler found it down at the office. We have some really big baskets with rolls of fabrics. We keep all of the plain fabrics in one and all of the spotty fabrics in another, the massive big bins. And it's in the bottom of one of those when he was cleaning it out. Yeah. If you haven't heard the story of the key, I'm not going to tell you now because it'll take me ages. But yes, we found it. I've done a Seamless Sunday ditty, Susan, sorry, I should be reading that on Wednesday. Thank you, Maria. Kathy, there isn't a tutorial for it at the moment unless you watch this video back when we're finished, but I will do a tutorial for it on YouTube. It'll be there tomorrow. Okay. Several pairs of trousers to take up, not looking forward to it. Send them out to somebody to do it for you. Have your publishers doing a demo? I'm not sure about that. Right, anyway. Thank you, Anne. Yes, we have a key. Which are about £250 to replace. I'm really pleased that we've got it. Anyway, I'll go off and get sewing a onesie for a rag doll, and I shall see you again on Wednesday at 4 o'clock. So thank you for coming in today. It's been nice, isn't it? And I shall see you again soon. Bye bye.